PC Casual Gaming Dad here. Welcome back. Today, well, playing some D2R. I'm just doing something in the background. I just got to hell mode, doing some solo, and well, that's what I've been doing a lot of lately. Actually, to be honest, I've gotten here to level 68, but my resistances suck. But you know what? Rhykker's got us covered on that Diablo 4 quarterly update. So I'm going to be listening in and reacting to some of the things I see while trying not to die. So let's get right to it.
Hey folks, this is Rhykker, and the latest Diablo 4 quarterly update is live, and it's all about sound. We also, I believe here, are going to be getting the reveal of the new Diablo 4 game director. So we're just going to dive right in, read, react, and analyze this. Now this was posted October 7th. This technically is the update for Q3, which ended at the end of September, but we did get a notice that things were being delayed. That could have been just to make a bit more room after the release of Diablo 2 Resurrected to not have too much happening at the same time. But let's dive in here. Hello and welcome once again to a new Diablo 4 quarterly update. I'm Joe Shelley from the D4 team. As a design lead who has been working on this dark, shared, open world ARPG from the beginning, I'm honored to continue the vision of D4 as its new game director. There we go. And I'm humbled to represent the team pouring their hearts into this game. So, Joe Shelley, Blizzard veteran, I believe in interviews he was saying how he played Diablo 1 back in the day, huge into Diablo 2. He played while he was at college. And yeah, I think he said that he would spend every evening playing Diablo 2, and it's Diablo 2 that was a main motivating factor for him even applying for a job at Blizzard. He joined Blizzard in either 2006 or 2007, working on the WoW team as a game designer, and then on Reaper of Souls as a system designer. So he wasn't there for Diablo 3 at the beginning, but he moved into Diablo 3 when, honestly, if you haven't played the Reaper of Souls expansion, it really fixed a lot of the vanilla Diablo 3 issues. Last we heard, he was the lead game designer for Diablo 4, so it seems pretty natural that he's now stepping into this position. For anyone who's unaware, we covered this in a previous video, but the former Diablo 4 game director, Luis Barriga, was presumably let go. He's left Blizzard, him along with Jesse McCree, two figures within the Diablo team were let go amidst the ongoing scandal. Typically when a game director leaves a game before releases, it's not a good sign of the game's development, but in this case, if it was that he was let go, or if it was for matters unrelated to the game and more related to controversy, then that's not necessarily indicative of anything bad about the game or suggestive at all of any kind of troubled development. So let's keep going now. Like many of you, our team has been reflecting upon recent events. Whoa, are they going to actually address it? A lot has happened since our last blog, and the hard work of practicing the values we aspire to must continue. In parallel with that important work, development of D4 continues too. You know what, that actually is also maybe a reason why they delayed things. It's kind of hard to make a blog post update amidst a scandal. Over the past few years, we've assembled a strong team with incredible passion for D4. You, Diablo's fans, are a critical part of this team. With the help of your valuable feedback, we've steadily refined and deepened the game experience. We have ways to go, and while much has changed, our commitment to the game is unwavering. Sanctuary should always be items glittering in dark dungeons, tales of powerful heroes standing against the onslaught of hell, lands where trials, treasure, and terrible monsters lie around every corner, equal parts familiar and boundless in its possibilities. Doing this world justice is a solemn responsibility. Today we're taking a deep dive into the sound design of D4. Sound is a sometimes underappreciated yet integral element of the game's design. Tell me about it. Serving as a channel for communicating everything from incoming damage to confirmation that a button press was registered by the game to the intensity of a combat sequence. Honestly, like, play a game on mute and it feels less responsive. It feels less visceral. It feels... It's crazy how much the feel of the game's combat is impacted by sound and animation. Try turning off the sound in a Diablo game sometime. There you go. You'll find your eyes have to work a lot harder to follow the action. Oh, don't worry, we've all turned off the sound right before Bale dies and all its drops come out in order to reduce any possible lag so that we can be first to click on those items. Control M, Control S, turn off music, turn off sound. Sound also conveys the subtext of the world through which you adventure. It supports the rising and falling action of the campaign and immerses you into the ambient life of a region, transporting you into the game world.
Very exciting announcement today. Opera GX! I love this browser. I'm so glad they reached out to me.
While you're reading through the blog, I encourage you to listen to the ambient tracks and pay attention to their effect on your heart rate and emotions. Try closing your eyes while listening to get a better sense of how much is being communicated. That's bold. That is bold. Different people have different reactions to this stuff. Some people are very connected with music and sound, and they can really experience visceral emotions from it. Others aren't so much, so we'll see what happens here. Crafting Diablo's sound requires science, art, and the occasional ball of fire. Sound supervisor Chris Jampa and his team have fascinating insights to share in this behind-the-scenes look at how it all works. We hope you enjoy this update and look forward to your thoughts and reactions. As promised, our next blog will cover end-game systems and visual effects.
Nice.
Bam. I know lots of people,
That's an important
all
one.
they want is game mechanics. Next update. Juicy end-game stuff. I'm very much looking forward to this. I want to know what am I going to be doing every day in D4? When I get to the end game, what is my day-to-day in D4 going to look like?
kind of
I'm
important
very
nowadays.
much looking forward to this. It's been a while since we looked at systems, and there's a lot we're excited to share. Let us know what topics you'd like to hear about in the future, too. As always, folks, they're open to feedback. We're grateful to have you on this journey. Thank you for playing the stuff we make. Joe Shelley, Game Director D4. I think that's the first time you got to sign his name as Game Director. Well deserved. Alright, the sound design of D4. Hello, Traveler. I'm Chris Jampa, Sound Supervisor for D4. The sound team has been steadily cranking away on the soundscape for a while now, and while we aren't ready to go in depth about the music side of D4 quite yet, we wanted to start to give you some insight into some of the audio processes, content, and motivations behind the sound for the game. Before we begin, we wanted to give you something to listen to while you are reading this quarterly update blog. Please enjoy the snowy, dark, and stormy ambience of Fractured Peaks as you start on your journey. Well, that calls for earbuds. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Fractured Peaks.
Yeah,
that's one of the
this
regions
is an issue,
in the world.
resistances.
So think snowy mountains. It's also the Vampire Lands, right? Well, I call it Vampire Land. It's Victorian Gothic horror inspired. Is I guess the official words. I will let that play as we keep reading. Sound and music in games are the invisible glue that supports the storytelling and ties you to your character and their actions during gameplay. Creating sound for games is an exciting artistic endeavor that you can't see, only hear. However, you can feel it literally with the sound waves against your body, depending on what you are listening back on. Okay. Alright. It's an amazing medium that can also affect how you feel emotionally while playing a game. A lot of the time it's subtle, and other times it's over the top, but always there to support the moment-to-moment gameplay. We hope you enjoy this dive into various aspects of the game's soundscape, and you'll have plenty more to look forward to and experience when you finally get to play it. Naturally, we want anyone and everyone who might be hearing impaired to enjoy the experience of D4 as well, so we are taking measures to broaden the experience to be inclusive for people with hearing or visual disabilities. There are various accessibility features underway that we hope to talk about more in the future. Okay, I don't know what that entails. I'm ignorant to this subject matter, but I wonder what they could do. I once had this product, I believe it was called the Ouija, that it's a vibration machine. Not like that. It's meant to be a sound device, and so while you're listening to stuff, it basically emits just pure bass, and you strap it to your chest, so you feel that kicking bass vibration right in your chest. I don't know why that tech didn't really catch on. I guess people don't want to be wearing stuff to listen to music or play games, but it definitely adds an extra layer of something to the experience of watching a movie or playing a game, right? If you feel that big bass thump and you can actually feel it physically in your chest. I thought it was a neat gimmick. Alright, the devil is in the details. For the D4 soundscape, we've continued the tradition of gratifying combat, expanded upon the ambience to support the epic open world, continued to embrace the darkness in tone and gore, while also trying to deliver a cleaner yet punchy audio mix that's adapting to the situations as you play. One of the biggest goals we're trying to focus on as sound designers is to make the highest quality sounds to be triggered back in the game real time and make them seem believable, as well as grounded within the game world, tied to what you are experiencing. The randomness of audio playback is of the utmost importance when it comes to gameplay. If you think about real life, nothing's ever heard the exact same way twice, due to your listening environment and the positioning of a sound source. Sounds never play back at the exact same sound pressure level, along with the reflections within your environment and everything else happening around you at that moment in time. In essence, there are always subtle, real-life reasons as to why nothing ever sounds exactly the same. So as sound designers for video games, we always strive to introduce subtle, randomized variation to not only the sound design itself, but also for when you hear it in the game. Case in point, what we're hearing right now, it's a 50-minute YouTube video, but I mean, that could probably play for 10 hours and you would never figure out where it's looping. There's certainly looping of some kind happening in the various layers of sound, right? You have the crackling of the fire, you have the whistling of the wind, the creaking of the, the sconce or the thing on a chain waving in the wind. And so they set these randomized timers to all these things so that you can never figure out where it loops, because there is no real loop. There's loops to the individual elements, but not to the entirety of the thing. When we are doing our job correctly, it's something you tend to not notice, and supports your immersion into the game world by backing up the incredible visual, story, and end-to-end experience. Another huge goal we have when creating audio for D4 is to fill in sounds for just about everything that's occurring on your screen. Whether it's the world ambience, monsters idling off screen, the tiny chunks of wood that are colliding off a wall when you break an object, everything should make a sound. We pour countless hours of effort into covering almost everything you see and don't see, while also keeping it subtle enough to not be distracting and just feel right. The devil certainly lurks within the details. I feel there's so many things we take for granted that go into making a AAA game that maybe, not to say anything bad about indie games, but like, you know, an indie game might not necessarily go to all the lengths of all these little tiny details, but you know, AAAs are held to a certain standard that if they're lacking these things, it's almost very apparent, but they're not things that we really think about and how much work needs to go into making them. However, just because we are filling in as much sound as we can, it doesn't mean you need to hear it every time. The playback engine within the game will not trigger too many instances of a sound if they are trying to play at the same time based on strict settings we create as basic rules. Because of the isometric camera view and being able to see so much on screen at once, we must limit how many instances of each sound will play back at any given moment. Once dialed in correctly, you tend not to notice that some instances were never triggered, and that helps with the clarity of the audio mix. It's a fine line we straddle during big moments with a lot going on screen. You also run into potential performance issues if you have way too many sounds triggering at the same time. At least that's the case in D3. One trick for any D3 players, if you're having performance issues, try lowering your sound channels. That tends to work for a lot of people. How about we get on to more of the creative side of sound design? Naturally, there is no Diablo game without the heroes who do your bidding to vanquish the various evils that lie in your path. Let's talk about some of the fire-based Sorceress skills that partly define the class. Fireballs, okay. Hero fire skills. The sound crew luckily gets to record all kinds of neat and unique sounds for the game, so we've hired a pyromaniac to ensure we can capture all the best fire sounds. Alright, so that we have plenty of sound source to edit from when it comes time to start sound designing. Sound design is technically described as taking a recorded audio source, editing it, and processing it to be used in another medium. In the case of sound design for games, we'll record raw audio, reprocess them, and edit it for our gameplay needs in various ways to achieve something that sounds clean, usable, and replayable for gameplay. The sound could be exactly what it was originally meant for, or end up sounding completely different and used for something else entirely. You hear stories about, you know, I recorded one thing, but that doesn't sound like that through a microphone, but it actually sounds like this other thing, like, you know, maybe running water or something sounds like a fireplace. I don't know, I'm giving a random example. But I'm sure there's stories like that. On the visual effects side of things, for instance, a lot of fire that you see in movies is digitally enhanced or completely CG because we're accustomed to fire looking a certain way. Then if you film real fire, it actually looks fake. Real fire looks fake because we're accustomed to Hollywood fire. Or like when you see a...
Training our bodies helps our minds.
an explosion, you're expecting a lot of fire, but real explosions don't have a lot of fire, and it makes it look fake. So they have to add fake stuff to make it seem more real to us. But I digress. Something we always tend to need for a game like Diablo is, of course, fire. When time permits, we plan for some time to record sounds out in the field. For D4, one of the first big recordings we did as a team was a desert fire session before the lockdown. We traveled far from Blizzard HQ to record various types of fire sounds in the deserts of California, armed with multiple recording rigs and microphones. Thankfully, since it was wintertime, it wasn't too hot during the day and just a bit cold at night. While our main goal was to capture fire, we ended up capturing all kinds of other sounds we have used during production, like ambience, rock, impacts, foliage movements, wood impacts, door slams, wooden cabin creaks, metal impacts, and scrapes. Sorceress skills Firebolt and Inferno. Some of the fire recordings were then used specifically for the Sorceress skills Firebolt and Inferno. For the skill Firebolt, we recorded sets of wispy and smoldering flame whooshes using a fire staff, what is that? Or a dried out medium-sized log of wood, and performed the sound in various ways around some microphones.
Way higher than any other.
Once we had a nice assortment of different types of fire sounds, we then edited and processed those fire whooshes into game-ready one-shot audio files for the casting and impact sounds, to clarify one-shot as opposed to looping. As well as longer loops for the projectile traveling through the air. It all comes together as one cohesive sounding experience once you get it hooked up in the game to play back as the entire skill sound effect set for Firebolt. Right, because you're going to have, okay, the one-shots, which will be the impact, the initial casting, and then after the initial casting, it goes into the looping traveling sound, because you don't know how long it's going to be traveling, right? If it hits something right away, the sound is cut short, but it could potentially be going on and on and on to the end of the screen, so you create a looping sound and then finish it off with a one-shot. For the Inferno Sorceress skill, we then used other takes of the fire recordings and processed them to sound more aggressive and powerful for the larger skill. Just like Firebolt, there's a set of casting one-shot sounds, a set of loops, and another set of one-shots for when the snake form constricts its body. Say what now? Did they mean Hydra? One cool thing about the Inferno skill is that while it's fire that has taken the form of a snake. Okay. Because of this form, we are able to take some liberties on pushing it away from just fire sound design. We added some light, snake rattling sound effects paired with a darker toned, ethereal end to the skill sound to make it feel a bit more magical. When all these pieces re-trigger in game, it will always sound like the same skill, but be slightly different each time, which increases the replayability sound-wise. Alright, and here we actually have a video of that recording session. Alright, let's quickly look through this.
Slate this. Big flame.
This is Poi Ball of Death.
Poi Ball of Death, okay. That's crazy that makes that sound. I guess the mic.
Take 4 or 5.
Oh, that's the fire staff.
All 4 wicks are on fire. It's a big one. It's a big one.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Oh, and here we go. Now we get to see it in game. We're gonna get to see that Inferno, I bet. So that's just like I said, what was it, Firebolt? I want to see that fire snake they're talking about. Whoa, that is a big fire snake.
Whoa.
That is enormous.
That is so cool.
That is,
okay, that's not what I was expecting.
That is a snake.
I like it. I like it.
I'll be linking to the blog post in the description if you want to watch the full video yourself. Let's move on now to monster sound design. Diablo games wouldn't be as fun if you didn't have monsters to slay. There wouldn't be a game! One of the most fun things about working on a Diablo game is the vast amount of variance. The vast amount and variance of monsters that exist. This makes monsters ripe for both experimental and more traditional sound design, so let's dig into some monsters sound design for Foley and voice. I think Foley means the sound effects, like footsteps and movement sounds. Monster movements, the combination of expert animation and AI brings life and personality to the creatures as they undertake their nefarious activities. When we start the audio process for a brand new monster, I always recommend that the sound designers start by adding footsteps and Foley, clothing or skin, to their movement animations. The moment the creature has footsteps and Foley, the creature's cadence and rhythm of their movement really comes to life. It's at this point I consider that they are becoming grounded and attached to the world. This also dictates how vocal they might sound based on their patterns of movement. Monster voice. The next layer that finishes... Oh, speaking of, so like Foley, I've heard about Foley artists for movies, for instance. So much of what you hear in movies is not actually being recorded on the spot, but being added in as Foley later. Like someone's walking and you hear their footsteps, they're not recording their footsteps. There's some dude in a sound booth taking shoes with wooden blocks to them and going clop, 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 clop in front of a microphone and timing it to the action. And they do this with so much. And it's because you can't record clean audio in a giant exterior environment with tons of noise. You have to isolate the sounds. But anyway, monster voice. The next layer that finishes the birthing of the creature into existence is their voice exertions. These are the grunting or yelling sounds of them exerting at the player as they attack, or the screams of pain as you take them out one by one. Each monster family can be quite different from the next, so depending on the type of monster, we might have intense sound design layers of animalistic type sounds, or even everyday objects that we will manipulate to sound like a screech or scream to create a layer within the final voice. Other times it could be simpler, as we'll hire creature voice actors to help create the core tone of the monster's voice that we can then build around with other sounds. In the case of the Wood Wraith, it's almost fully sound designed from wood creaks and strains processed to extreme lengths and choosing the right sounds to convey emotion. The Wood Wraith was a blast to sound design, as it's mostly freaky and creaky wood sounds, with a touch of very low-pitched human tone underneath it all. Let's hear it. Yeah.
Wood Wraith, I can get behind that.
So this is a new monster. I don't think we've seen this before.
No.
Look at that. Cool. This looks like it's wearing a hood with... The way the branches come out looks a bit like horns, makes it look more ominous. Another monster we had the pleasure of working on is the disgustingly awesome Fly Host. Wait, is that what I think it is? This beast walks around, birthing flies to attack the player. No, it's another gross monster. Oh man, we ended up using some of our early gore session recordings where we ripped and smacked cabbages and melons and stirred and squished mayonnaise, salsa, and a delicious 7-layer dip into a not-so-great smelling slurry to make some great slimy and disgusting sounds to use in our sound design.
Ooh.
Oh boy, what are we in for here?
Here we go.
It's the cabbages. Making those, oh man.
Oh god.
Squelching. Always a nice word. Oh, those grapes. Oh. This is such a fun
My
job.
resistances suck right now. This is definitely a huge problem for me. I might need to suck up. You know,
This is such a fun job.
No, cannot be frozen.
Oh, okay, new monster. That's the Fly Hook. Ah, it looks like some Silent Hill monstrosity.
Look at that.
That is horrific.
That's what we want to hear. Horrific.
Open
That's
world
what Diablo
audio.
game
One of
is.
the audio pillars for D4 is living audio. What this means is that the soundscape is ever evolving and never static. This pillar is built deep into the sound design variations we create for all types of sounds, including when it plays back.
What's up guys, just got my Heal package in the mail right here. If you guys are like me and struggling to find a quick, healthy, and affordable meal,
Back real time in the game, especially
I'm
the
not
ambience.
struggling for that.
Because of the importance of the massive open world, we wanted to give the ambience as much detail as possible and think of it on the same level as hero sound design. Having the audio and the systems changing subtly over time is key to this pillar. We always want the subtle changes in elements that might not be very noticeable, less repeatable, and feel more natural and immersive overall. The world-building team has done an amazing job giving us huge amounts of inspiration and filling out the regions visually so that we can follow it up with immersive ambient audio. Since the player might be in the open world for a large amount of time, we wanted to support each exterior region with unique sounding environments that also include subtle changes to the audio mix over time. To help achieve this, we used audio systems like real-time occlusion. I'm not sure what that means. sounds, high quality reverbs, and environment reactive delay / echoes. I believe occlude means to block, so real-time occlusion, I guess if you move in front of something or something moves in the way, it'll block or mute or dampen audio. We've provided some long-form recordings of in-game footage with a static shot where you can hear the ambience changing over time. Not only does this show some cool ambient sound design, but we also wanted to provide these to you for your tabletop RPG sessions, or even just to sit back and get lost in while working. The clips were recorded around 5 to 6 minutes and looped to be almost an hour. Guys, you could use this for your D&D sessions. I've been really focusing on adding audio to my D&D sessions. It used to be in the form just of music, but now it's also been in the form of just ambience. You know, in D&D you have very little visuals to work with, but audio is something that you can really introduce to help bring in immersion, or at least to help shape emotions. Dry steps. Can I skip ahead a bit here?
I need my follower, actually.
Hear a bit of the nature. I feel like the air has a dry feel to it. All right, next. Scotland. This is the Druid lands. I'm expecting a wetter sound. More damp, rainy. Scotland, right? You know, old Celtic lands. Okay, we even have a coast. So yeah, we have the waves. The seagulls. Right, so we had bird sounds in both, but you can tell there's a distinct difference in the kind of bird. This bird already is more reminiscent of the harbor. Scotland rain. Okay, that was Scotland coast. Well, it was in the if I had paid attention to the words that I was reading, I would have known what to expect. So, Scotland rain.
Nice. Good job. Good.
Again, there's always nature sounds, but it's different nature sounds, different kinds of animals. Alright, dungeon ambience. When it comes to the Diablo dungeon crawling style ambience, how do you pronounce that word in English? En français, on dit ambiance. But I feel weird when I say ambiance. Is it ambience? Did you guys say it in English? Anyway, we take a special delight in creating various and unique sounding experiences to heighten your immersion. Our approach to the dungeon ambiences is a bit less intense compared to the new open world, as we don't want to distract you away from a key part of what makes a Diablo game fun. Dungeon crawl. This is one area where we can take more liberties in diving deeply into the hellish and creepy soundscapes while having the monsters on screen to accompany the audible experience. For Diablo 4, we are taking a more realistic approach to what you hear is what you get when within a dungeon. With long reverberation and sound occlusion, we want you to pay close attention to what might be just around the corner, mentally preparing you for the next pack of enemies. Breakable interactives. Scattered around the dungeons are a plethora of gratifyingly great breakables. The interactives team have been creating hundreds of amazingly detailed breakable objects in D4. For the amazing amount of detail they put into objects as they break, we in turn wanted to fill in every sliver and chunk of destruction you see with believable physics audio. Destroying objects in Diablo should sound just as gratifying and believable as taking down monsters. We put a lot of effort into making sure that all objects have an extremely gratifying break sound, while supporting the debris with tiny bits of audio to accompany the pieces that break apart and fly across the room. I'm still amazed at the level of detail we have for the breakables in D4. One of my favorite things to do when I see a room full of them is to have at them. Alright, let's see some destruction. Yep, every one of those little logs had its own thing. Oh, some gold fell out of that.
You dropped me a shake.
Alright, game mix. Finally, I wanted to talk a little bit about the isometric camera. How is the camera going to play into sound design? I guess your distance to an audio source, if you're overhead, audio would sound different than if you're in the thick of things, and they probably want you to feel more like you're in the thick of things. It provides some interesting challenges when it comes to bringing all the elements of the game mixed together. Because you can see a battlefield at a certain angle out to a certain range, we have to make sure that the monsters existing on the screen are covered with audio, but have the overall mix not feel too cluttered nor too empty. There's a lot of real-time juggling of sound playback based on priorities and importance to you, the player. For D4, we are able to drive the real-time audio mix more than ever before. Because of the isometric camera view, we must trigger sounds on just about everything you see, but focus your ears on the most important sounds you should be paying attention to. We've been carving away at audio mix states and an audio importance system that will allow certain important monster sounds to poke out when they are needed. clarity of game audio makes this hard to achieve in a game where you can have multiple heroes as well as various amounts of monsters on screen, while having detailed ambiances means we need to craft different audible mix states depending on the situation. We hope you have enjoyed this brief look into the sound design of D4. There's so much more to talk about, but alas, we will have to save it for another time. We welcome any feedback you might have about anything you have heard in the videos or learned about in this quarter's blog. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the soundscape of D4. Chris Champa, sound supervisor. So that was cool. That was interesting. We learned some stuff. I know there's questions about music, right? This doesn't touch upon music, but that doesn't mean there won't be music. They mentioned music as a topic for another time. But yeah, I think this just goes to further reinforce that when it comes to all of the dressing, I guess, of D4, everything is looking like, you know, no concerns in that regard, anything regarding, you know, visuals, audio, the tone, all that stuff. I think most people's questions, and probably why a lot of people are particularly eager to hear about game systems, is because those are more of the big question marks where there's room for concern of like, oh, you know, is it going to be one way or is it going to be the other way? Whereas with pretty much everything else, there's just a lot of confidence from everything that we're seeing. But as expected, by end of December, that's when we should be getting our next quarterly update. If you didn't see the last quarterly update, the one that was in June, you can check that one out over here, because that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube supporters for making these videos possible. If you like what you see on this channel and want to support the creation of more content, you can consider pledging on YouTube or Patreon and unlocking behind-the-scenes content, monthly virtual hangouts, and more. If you enjoyed this video, please share it. Check out these other videos and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Diablo content.
Alright, Rhykker's Raiders. Well, that's that there. So that was interesting. You know, I think, you know, a lot of times we just forget about all the things that really go into making a game, and that might not be the most, you know, exciting update to talk about, but nonetheless, it's an important part. We just take it for granted. We don't pay attention. We don't think about it, and the sound is a big part of the game. It definitely is. You know, I think it's cool that they find different ways to be creative in order to give us a game where it's, look at these, like some are immune to cold, some are not, like it's just annoying, you know? But no, I don't mean that. Whew. I do want that. I'll take that, because then I'll hit level 70 here. Let's see. Okay, good. I don't have the waypoint for. See, I need this guy to come here and just take hits for me, and then I drop the firewalls. Otherwise, I have to be able to take hits, and that's not easy right now with my resistances where they're at. They're just terrible. Rogue. Okay, let's see. Where is the tree? Either way, I need to just kill guys right now, so there it is. No, 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 don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. Shit. Okay, phew. That was close. But we did alright. Scroll of infuses. Okay, but for the time being, I just want to find guys to kill. to this elegant blade. 2-socket. Gosh dang, man. Can't believe I can find trash charms like that in a mode. Oh. You know what? Maybe I should just go kill Countess. Need physical. Wonder if the Countess is immune to anything herself. Gotta be careful. Just gotta be careful. Oh my gosh. It says immune to physical. Is it not taking damage? Oh, it is. It's just, jeez, it's taking forever. Let me go get my guy back, because take for granted when you don't have insight makes a big difference. Big old difference. Okay, I'm glad that. Okay. Yes, I will do that. Okay. Well, let's go do that really quick. Maybe I'll get a decent rune from her. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll get trash. But that's okay, because I can start just like farming Countess. That would be good for getting runes. Right? I can do it solo. I think I should be able to. Oh, choose just another immune physical. So, my guy. Okay, phew. I was like, I need to heal him. I wish they had a better way of doing that. Maybe there is a better way and I'm just an idiot and I don't know it. That's probably what it is, isn't it? Oh shit. He's gonna die again. Wonderful. Gosh, he just, and he's got good resistances too. How come he just can't take it? Oh shit, I'm gonna get myself killed. That's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm planning to do, isn't it? Of course. Sure, why not? Okay, wait, the pattern is every time you can go left, you go left. Right? Isn't that the pattern? Shit, it's immune to fire. Shit. You busted. But we got him, we got him. Wasn't sure about my boy Pratham. Pratham. Where are you at? There it is. Kill these guys. Getting scared, getting scared. Alright, just level 4. Okay, I just need to keep these up. tough you are. I'm gonna take it slow. I'll just kill all the minions first. No reason to rush in. Local bar axe, too bad it's cracked. Small charm. Let's check charms. Trash. Gosh, I can't find a decent charm for the life of me. Okay, let's see. Oh, there, she's gonna be over there, isn't she? Where are you, my lady? Here you are. There she, oh my gosh, are you serious? She's immune to both. Okay, you need to kill her. You need to kill her. I can't do nothing. Ith and Eth? Are you kidding me? What kind of trash is that? Hell mode, Countess? Come on now, I've gotten better than that from Nightmare and even normal, I swear. Oh, well, welcome to Diablo. Right, there's definitely been worse drops than that, but well, that won't be my last time killing her, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. Fireball. Nope. IAS, attack rating, strength. Okay, this isn't bad. This is not bad. Strength, it's got a resistance. It's a decent amount of strength. Okay. It's a decent amount of strength. Oh, gosh. The attack rating, I guess it's not bad for physical, but what am I going to be doing that needs that? Smite doesn't miss. Kind of on the fence. 20 IS is not bad, though. But look at this one. 40 life. Strength. I don't know. It's alright. It's not great. I'm gonna say bye. Okay, well. Let's do that. I'm gonna run out of stash. I need to start just clearing stuff out. It's just garbage. That's what I need to start doing. Okay, this is the coal plains. That's the burial grounds. Is that it over there? Give me level 70. Thank you. Alright, let's get fire mastery. We only need 9 more. So 8 more, so level 78, because I'll probably get the sewers by then. I can't believe I missed it. It was literally right there. Okay. Just click around until you get them. Let's go get Kane! Kane. You must get out of here. I guess I can put the sound back on, right? What happened? Whoa. Okay. Trade chat. Who linked what in chat? Huh? How did I see the trade chat just now? I didn't. That was weird. Did you guys see that? How am I in the trade chat?
Get to the rogue camp.
Dang, he KO'd my guy. Oh boy, I might die. Yes, I can. Who? I can, but how is this person talking to me right now? Who, like, who is, oh, Jesus. I'm so confused right now. Someone please explain to me. I can see chats, but this person talking to me, how am I don't even know how to beat it.
I need mana.
Whisper, yeah. I'm just so completely and utterly confused right now. Am I being copied by somebody? Or are they just talking the trade chat? I seriously can't tell. Should I go grab Worth's leg? I might as well. It's not like it's hard to get with a sorceress anyways. Literally teleport around. Shoot, maybe I got my human potion. A legend sword. I know that's a high one. Ooh, Colossus Bulge. Only 3 though. That's no good. Pretty sure that's no good. I need like 5 and 6 socket. Okay, hold on. This is weird. Okay, let's see. No, that's friends list. That's game. Trade. Ooh. Oh, that's a trade chat. Okay. Testing. Let's see. Good day to you, friend. Oh. Nope. Bad news.
You have risen.
Okay. No, because I still need to send faster cast rate for the breakpoint that I'm at right now. So it's just mana. I don't freaking need mana. Like, as long as I got my boy, I'm good. If he stops dying all the time, he's about to hit 70 like me. Okay. It's not bad for like low level characters, I guess. I am seriously gonna run out of space. I need to sell some stuff. Oh wait, I forgot. Okay, so 24. That's heraldic. It's only 32 defense, so this is probably. I mean, it's a little better than heraldic, I guess. It's got a little bit better, a little, just like slightly. Slightly better, not much.
Good day.
Just a little better block, 2%, 2% more resisted. I'm just thinking for making like a spirit for the hammered in, but it's not gonna be good for smite. I mean, you don't want that for smite anyways. I need an elite shield for smite. Hopefully I'll find that sometime soon. Gotta get rid of some of these, are just no good. Okay, let's just keep playing a little bit more, I guess, right? Dark wood. Maybe now I can just. Just put this in the middle. Large charms are my least favorite. The only good large charm is the torch. Generally speaking, I don't like them as much. Pick them up, trash, and I drop them. 'Cause I don't got infinite space to just keep carrying stuff around. Ooh, a gem shrine. Okay, that's good. I have amethyst. I'll take those. Burn this off. No good. I need cryptic axes, preferably ethereal. feels so much slower than every other character. Let's just be honest, you got a monster game.
Ugh, the monastery.
Shit.
Ondariel stronghold.
Hand sight. Oh. I really don't care about claws. I mean, Trap Assassin's kind of cool. I definitely used to play and want to do cow runs with it, but you know, I might make it eventually, but it's not at the top of my list. I want to play a paladin, and like that jab is on. I think those are characters I'd rather play. Always on, not so much. It's so funny, I played Barb a lot in the past, but I'm not so sure I would want to right now. It feels kind of boring. I mean, it's just Whirlwind and that's like it. Ceremonial Pike. What do we got here? Let's heal you just a bit. Nothing. It's one-socketed. It's terrible. We need elite pikes and weapons. I see. And then that's real for your follower, but I wouldn't even use on the follower. You can't use it. Not yet, but I'm glad I found that. for Blizzard, just for the playstyle. Oh shit. He was no problem. For the jail.
If there was magic here, it's long gone now.
I think I'm gonna get one more level of that. 8 times 4 days. These guys are dangerous.
Thanks.
Because if your guy, for example, if they're immune to physical, and you can't leash them, that's why they're dangerous. Like my guy has leech right now, but if he did, those are dangerous. Which item I would absolutely love is Shaco. So that would be really nice. Oh my gosh. Whew. If there was a time to use a full rejuve, that was it. These guys are tough. Must just have really great resistances. What's this silver edge axe? Those are no good. Only the berserker axes. And Naga, right? Just don't want to like barrel into a few guys. Just gotta be a little cautious. My teleports. Ooh. Go back to camp really fast.
Greetings.
In case I find another one. You never know.
Thanks.
She'll imbue something for me. And I think it's based on level, right? So, item level or level? I don't remember. But it's not like I have something I want her to imbue. Really, it would be like a belt or something. Belt, pair of gloves, pair of boots. Those are really the only things I want her to, that I would want her to. Gotcha. Amplify frickin' damage. Look how much I had to use there. Jeez. Hurts that because I got no defense. Taking a beating.
Hello.
Pretam. Come with me, Pretam. Alright, Pretam. Another. Christ. Amplify damage is just ridiculous. I just hired him. He freaking went and died on me again. Stop dying already. But it's not his fault. His helmet sucks. I need to get him a much better helmet. This is okay. This is fine. He's getting life and resistance. And then I really need a soul rune so I can make a better weapon for him. I mean, I have a lance. Sets a whole step up in terms of damage on a cryptic axe, but war spear, ooh, it's ethereal. It sucks anyways. So it's interesting. You gotta pick these things up. There we go. Channel level 3. He needs a leech. That's what he really truly needs. More than anything. I would need like a chest armor or I can Dariel or something. Inner cloister. There's the way. Excellent. Here we go. Pratham? Come on now.
Yes?
He's like, you're not giving me good enough gear for hell mode. I don't have a better helmet. Should I give him that? Something more damage, I guess. That was a really good find. Probably my best find so far, I kid you not.
I'll put that to good use.
A little bit less resistance though, but we'll try it. Let's give it a shot. Oh my god. Again. He's going to die. Again. Yep. He's just gonna die. Over and over and over. But you know what? I think that's gonna be it because I got my level. He can't stop frickin' dying. And yeah. I think we're good. Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely good. That was a sign. It's like, hey, where are you going? You can't kill that guy. I can't kill him. No way, Jose. Can't do it.
Good day. Good day.
Alright, well. You know what, before I do, I'm just gonna do this. What the heck? Let's go gamble a little bit for fun. What do I need though? Good day to you, partner. I could probably use like Viper Magi or Shaco. Shaco. Oof. That's expensive. They have caps. Yeah, caps will allow. I'll do caps. Attack. What's the fun? I haven't gotten anything good from doing this so far, but you know, you gotta do this like a lot to get anything. The Shaco is like what, level 67 or something? Definitely high enough to use it, but need to save a little bit because this guy frickin' dies so goddamn much. I mean, I know I have a little bit more here, but I need to like get rid of some of these things. Am I gonna use it? I mean, this is okay. It's got some AR and max damage. Be nice if I had a third thing. It's definitely not bad for level 21 though, so I'll just hold on to it. But you know what? No, it's just taking up space here. This is what I gotta do. Get rid of this. This is not bad. Whatever. It's 9%. You know what? I should probably be. What the heck? Leech with AR and resistance. AR and strength for 15. MF. It's not that much though, but level 15. So this is pretty good for 15. 14, 14, and bow. What else did I have that was DOS? I'm confused. Oh, the boots, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're not, it's not bad. I have 3 of the pieces. It's just, what the hell, keep it. This Hellcat is, it fires explosive arrows. I mean, it's not bad. Level 27, level 20. I mean, I feel like this is, I mean, 6 to 12 only, and this is a big boost. The attack speed. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I'll probably just use it. I don't know. I really don't know. And Sanders is pretty good. Infernal. It's got life, and if you got the torch, little Necro. Am I gonna play a Necro though? I mean, probably not anytime soon. Let me just get rid of this. This is not bad. It's a low level. Sorceress just because it's 2 pieces. Right. Looking at life. That's not bad for 2 pieces. Yeah, I'm gonna forget this. I'm not gonna play a barb anytime soon. I'm just not. I'll find better stuff. Dreads, Corefoot. This belt's not bad just because it's got big life, faster recovery, and a resist. Imagine if I had like another resist. Like, this would actually be very, very good. Another stealth. I only have this because of MF. And this is like okay for a shield, like low 5. I feel like I should just sell this. You know, I just want that, I don't know. Level 2, but can't even use it, and then this is not bad for an early weapon. Am I gonna use this though? Let's see, 53, it's got 2 sockets. High block chance and resist. Wait, it's level 31. I'm probably just gonna use Spirit. Okay, get rid of that. Let me see something. Attack rating and defense. I'm gonna get rid of this.
What can I do for you?
I just gotta make room. I got too much jank. And I'm gonna have to make a character for, even with the shared stash, it's not enough. I got I've just got too many of these things. Alright, well, that's it for today. Probably stream tomorrow, and then on the weekend as well. And I'm gonna start my backlog series very, very soon. I just wanted to have at least like a few hours where I can sit down and play in order to start that, so that'll be on the weekend.